What did all these impressions mean for you? I mean, these are formative years for you
Well,
as
this is
you're watching
quite
this.
serious.
Yeah.
It's a little boy, if his cousin who's of the same age is dying next door, and it takes forever and costs a fortune, and there's no money to pay the doctors, the hospitals, anything. That's a serious growing up experience. And I turned to the other side of me, lived Madeline Duffy, my great female playmate. And Madeline and I were just inseparable, living side by side. And Madeline Duffy and I were playing with this little dog that was a stranger to us when we were very young. But I can remember her and the dog, so we must have been nearly 4 years old. Or 4 years old, more or less. And that dog was inches away from my cheek, but it bit her cheek instead of mine.
Oh,
and they didn't quite get the fast tourist treatment in time. They got to it, but it was too late, and she died after terrible trauma. So, and she was a very outstanding little girl who might have grown up to be a Becky Quick if the world had been different. But she never grew up. So I'm sitting there doing two dead children. People don't realize how high the death rate was among children until about the middle of the century that preceded the one in which I was born. And if you wanted, in those days, if you wanted 3 children, you had 6. And you shoveled 3 out of the graveyard before they even grew up. That was the system. That was mankind's system.
That's an awful system.
It was an awful system. The agony of doing that was just, you see the agony with somebody like Lincoln who loved his children so much and did not have a really functioning wife. And for a man who has no functioning wife, to have his children die one by one. So he lost 3 out of his 4 sons. They never grew up. And the one who grew up never had any children.